So we seem to have had a good response, Jason, with these new categories this year for the NFA Awards. How are the numbers looking?
We already know we're up on nominations so far compared to the same period last year, so that's obviously good news. We've got growth there again. It helps with having 6 new categories this year as well, so we've got 19 in total. By the end of nominations phase, we're going to way surpass the total number of nominations for the 2014 competition, which is obviously good news. And with the new categories, we're reaching out to areas of the industry that no other awards has done before. We're trying to recognise and give focus to a lot of hard-working sectors which don't always get the recognition and column inches they should, really.
One of the other things as well with the awards this year, obviously I've noticed that there's quite a big increase in users, registered users. And we seem to have passed another milestone on the website.
We've passed the 1,500 milestone. So that's 1,500 unique people within all areas of the sector we are working, which again is fantastic exposure. It shows how the awards are all inclusive. These are people from all levels of all companies, from workmen to joiners, to glass people, to MDs, CEOs, and anywhere in between. So that hitting that figure is a real testament to the level of the engagement the NFAs is getting.
And that's good figures, because what did we have in the first year, user-wise?
I think we were around the 500 level, which for us first year wasn't a bad attempt. Okay. We doubled that and a little bit more by the end of 2014. And at the beginning of this year, we had a real spurt again as interest grew towards the race day event that we had. So hitting the 1,500 mark's a big thing for us.
It is. It's a big step up, and there's still plenty of time to go. So hopefully we'll set another milestone now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Obviously, we're getting close now to the end of registrations for nominations. I guess we better start telling people about the next phase again for this year and how it works then.
Now everything's live. There's no more categories to make live for this year. So your final date, or when nominations are going to close, is August 31st. That's a Monday. They'll close midnight. So we've got between now and the 31st of August to get your nominations in. And each one genuinely does count. Last year, we know it was close. 1 or 2 nominations, one way or another, could have swayed the final shortlist for that year. So what will happen once the nominations phase is finished, we're going to spend a week collating all the data, all the names, all the people, and we're going to publish our shortlists on Monday, September the 7th. Following that, the day after, we're then going to make voting live. And then everyone in the industry is going to have their chance for a number of weeks to place their votes and ultimately determine the outcome, who's going to be crowned winners for this year.
Should be interesting. I'm sure there'll be quite a few people wanting to retain their...
Competition's high. I know there's a lot of people who won't want to lose their crown. There'll be a lot of people who want to steal it back. And there'll be a lot of people who want to win it for the first time. But when you've got such a high level of engagement, those 1,500 plus users, that's a lot of potential votes. So again, it's not going to be clear cut. There's going to be a lot of competition in a lot of the categories.
So get nominated and get voting.
Get nominating now, get voting in those few weeks when the nominations have been made live from the shortlist, and then it's down to the industry to decide after that.
Last thing we need to cover, obviously we had a very, very successful first event for last year's winners. The racing day went down an absolute storm, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to be doing that again. Obviously we're looking at that at the minute. Do you want to talk about the feedback that we've had from that so far? It's
been 100% positive. To say it was our first event, we had a very steep learning curve on it, but the day itself turned out to be absolutely amazing. A few nervous people at the beginning, but once they'd got round in the first cars, everybody were absolutely buzzing. The staff at Alton Park were fantastic, the food, the venue, the service. And if you remember, we went in not really knowing whether we'd do this again, but I think halfway through we knew, didn't we? Yeah. We'd have to do this again, and everybody is already looking forward to the next one. So I guess pressure's on, we've got to be booking it again.
I think so. I think that the feedback we seem to have received from the people who went on the winners' day was absolutely fantastic. And to be fair, I've been on quite a few corporate events, and it's one of the best organised events I've seen. The staff there, fantastic. The day itself was brilliant. The only thing we can't manage was the weather, so hopefully we'll get better weather next time.
Yeah.
But I think it made it part of the fun, you know, with the wet course. But I really, really do think that the people who won wanted to come back, and the people who were trying to win this year, they're going to get a really good day out, and hopefully we can grow this year. So we want more people there this year.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking at packages to have 5 cars instead of 3, and the 2 extra ones, I'm not going to say just yet, but they look fantastic. And I know Colin from Vic is going to want to have his own back on Simon for the whooping he gave him. So I know Colin's going to come back and get some practice in for the next time round. But no, everybody said at the end of the last one how great a day it was, and they're hoping they'll win so they can get to come again. I suppose, for the second time round.
I suppose one last thing that we should really consider, and again, I guess we need to ask people about this. Do you think it might be something that we can do with the evening event? Do you think we might be able to, or even the race day itself, do you think we may be able to get people to come down and book the event with us, even if they're not winners? What are your thoughts on that?
I think so. I think after the first one, everybody's seen how well it was. And I think if people are willing to take part in what is a fantastic day out, they'll be more than welcome to book. They'll be spending a day with a room full of winners as well, which is always nice and meet some great people, because the crowd last year was fantastic.
Yeah, and it'd be great for networking. There's some good industry people there as well.
There is. A lot of well-known people attended the first one. And obviously with more categories this year, the group of winners are going to be bigger naturally anyway. So if people want to come down, enjoy a few drinks on the evening as well as take part in the race, they're more than welcome.
One of the things we need to look at, Jason, we're going to be having another video coming a couple of weeks. And what we want to try and use this for, we want to get people to throw some questions or queries about the awards at us. You know, if you need to know anything, if you're unsure of anything, or if you want to know about how it works, what the best way is to get a nomination or how to vote, I suppose what we want to know is, you know, what questions have the industry got about the awards, so we can answer them in the next video.
Absolutely. It's time to get on social media, so via Twitter, we want people to send us questions, anything at all, like you've mentioned, so anything about how it's run, dates, how to nominate, whatever questions you've got, even if it's just something general that you want to know about the awards, send us it in via a tweet with the hashtag AskNFA, and what we'll do is we'll pick the best ones, we'll read them out in the next video, and we'll hopefully answer your questions as best we can. But the more people that get involved, the better the video will be. And if there's something that you've always wondered about us, wondered about the awards, ask your question and we'll answer it for you on the next video.